What's going on, guys? It's Tori, and I'll be honest, I was really surprised when I saw that Rodney Hood had re-signed with the Portland Trail Blazers. I thought that he was going to be way too expensive for Portland to retain with their taxpayer mid-level exception. I thought of so many ideas leading up to free agency for ways that Portland could shed salary to open up the full mid-level exception in order to keep Rodney Hood, because I really liked him. It turns out he was getting offers upwards of $10 million per year, but he wanted to stay in Portland because he felt comfortable here. He liked it here. And fit, comfort, happiness, those are all things that he definitely values, and by re-signing on this deal, he shows us that he values those things more than money. He likes it here in Portland. And for that, Blazer fans should give him a standing ovation when he returns next season. Now, it was initially reported by Wojnarowski that it was a 2-year, $16 million deal. When that broke, I was wondering what the hell was going to come next, because that would have meant that there would have been a follow-up move to shed salary, as we would have been hard capped. $16 million for 2 years is too much for the taxpayer mid-level exception. In actuality, Woj got it wrong. Quick and Dwight Jaynes? Quick and Dwight Jaynes corrected him, saying it was the taxpayer mid-level exception. Never thought I'd say that. So anyway, with Rodney Hood coming back on the taxpayer mid-level exception, he's going to slot in and be Portland's starting small forward, as Portland traded Harkless and Myers-Leonard for Whiteside. Getting back Rodney Hood allowed Portland to comfortably make that move, because if Rodney Hood did not resign, you're looking at using the taxpayer mid-level exception on Enes Kanter instead. So the sheer fact that Rodney Hood took a pay cut to stay in Portland really helped the Blazers upgrade their roster this season. And this really helps Portland retain Rodney Hood long-term as well, because although he has a second-year player option that I think it's likely for him to decline, next offseason Portland will have Rodney Hood's early bird rights, which means they can resign him for up to 175% of his previous contract, or they can resign him up to the average contract in the NBA, whichever one is higher. So Portland will be able to resign Rodney Hood for up to almost $10 million next season. That's without using any sort of mid-level exception on him. So I fully expect Rodney Hood to be a Blazer for years to come, and this move allows that to happen. Now, watching Rodney Hood in that Denver Nuggets series really excited me going forward, because we saw the Rodney Hood that was balling out in Utah. The Rodney Hood that showed flashes of being a borderline all-star. The Rodney Hood that was dubbed as the potential Gordon Hayward replacement as their #1 option when Gordon Hayward left for Boston. He struggled in the past couple years, led to him getting traded from Utah to Cleveland, where he didn't play all that well, but then he got traded to Portland, and although he was inconsistent, once he found himself and got his confidence back to where it needed to be, we saw peak level Rodney Hood, and it was a really fun guy to watch. It was the type of small forward that we've needed for years. His defense was also much better than advertised, and I think he has the potential to be a good defender going forward. I think he's finally starting to figure it out on that end of the ball, and I think he's buying into being a decent defender. And with him being our starting small forward, he's definitely going to need to bring it on that side of the ball. He's going to be going up against guys like Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. But I think he has the ability to do a decent job on those guys, and offensively, he'll make teams pay for trapping Dame. With the potential that we get a really good 3-and-D guy at the trade deadline like a Robert Covington or an Otto Porter Jr., then Rodney Hood could still play heavy minutes, up to maybe 30 minutes per game off the bench, and be one of the top 6th men in the league. That was a role that he thrived in the postseason for the Portland Trail Blazers. In the end, this was a great development for Portland. Their trade of Nick Stauskas, Wade Baldwin, and 2 future first-round picks for Rodney Hood at the trade deadline looks like a great move. It was a great move already, but the fact that Portland was able to retain Hood was probably their most important move of the offseason. So let me know what you think about this deal that we signed Rodney Hood to. I know this was the #1 guy you guys wanted to see return in a Portland uniform, and we got him. With us bringing in Kent Bazemore as well, I really like our small forward rotation going into next season, and I think it will help us win more games. So anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you Blazer fans later. This has been Tori. Peace out. Go Blazers.